Okay, the recording has started, and this is the July 28th, 2020 Rook community meeting. Let's go ahead and start on our milestone checkup session or section as usual. So let's take a look at the 1.3 project board where we will be talking about potential 1.3.9 release.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the board. Oh, I forgot to review the board, but that first one there is an ongoing thing that it's really just, we pick up the base Ceph image and we get what we get. And we've got the latest one, so I don't know that we need that issue open anymore, honestly. So I'll comment on that at least. And then the second one is already resolved, so it just needs to be closed or moved to done.
And it's, is it like backported as well?
Let's see, yeah. I'll double check on that, actually.
Okay.
I can't tell.
All right, and then no other tracking issues on the board?
Yep. There have been a few other fixes, and our 2-week cadence would be this Thursday, but for the timeline, I really don't think there's anything urgent. So I thought, well, let's wait until next Thursday, or if 1.4 comes out before that, like Wednesday, we could do it the same day, just so they're in sync. Well, not that they need to be in sync, but just it seemed like a natural timing at least.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. All right, 1.4 though, which we are targeting having out well before KubeCon. Today is the planned feature freeze date. So let's take a quick look at the status of this board here.
Yep.
Surely there's a number of these that are just going to get moved along to the next milestone or reevaluated.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. There's lots.
Ooh, look at that go! Wow, you are fast. Goodness gracious.
All right. Yeah. So that I don't think I've cleaned the board up since last meeting.
Yeah, the purple ones are merged. Are those, that means they're merged also, right? Yep.
Yep. Okay, is that all the, no, there's another one in the to-do column. Wow, need better project hygiene here, don't we? But yeah, my summary of 1.4 really is that I think all the critical things are merged. Yesterday, the Ceph CSI 3.0 release came out, and that was the main blocker where we really needed that out before we released 1.4. So it is out. Now we can branch and basically do our upgrade testing, hopefully by end of week, and then by mid.
And with Travis, is that a very simple update, as in like we update the version of the Ceph CSI that we're pointing at, and or is there additional logic changes that were needed to consume it?
Yeah, it was basically that, to update the default version we deploy with. We still allow for the older Ceph CSI, but in a previous commit in master, we made the change that to use the beta snapshots from CSI. So if you want to use snapshots now, you really need to use CSI 3.0 to have that latest and greatest. If you're still using the alpha snapshots, then yeah, you have to, or it's not a compatible change when you update to the beta snapshots. So that was the key feature of CSI 3.0 that we wanted with this.
Got it. And are there any issues here that are on the board that, since today is feature freeze or code freeze, that we are concerned about, or that are still considered somewhat blocking and we need to expedite?
No, I don't believe so. Quota management, I'm just reading through them again.
Sebastian or Alexander, any issues that you're still concerned about for 1.4 feature freeze today?
Well, I think it would be nice to make a little bit more progress on the multi-CSI work, as well as the encryption. But this is still something because, for example, encryption is really self-contained, so we can easily backport it. So yeah, I don't have major issues right now. It's just that I think the list of to-do was a little bit optimistic, maybe. And some of the items may have to move later, or
Yeah, we need
That's
to go through
fair.
and triage that. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, one thought about Multis too is, so in 1.3 we declared it as experimental just because we didn't have community testing. And I think we've done more testing, at least Rohan Gupta has been doing it, and he's got a PR, but that PR is still open. So as far as declaring Multis as stable, I think we need that PR in at least, right, Seb? Or
yeah.
what's left for that?
Well, what's left is a little bit more testing. I still need to debug his environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we're
Is that in
pretty
this
close.
PR here?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
I think there are two, but this is the main one. So overall, I feel like we have all we need. Is just that I think he is blocked by one comment timing out on the client side. So I need to debug this further with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
yeah,
I wonder if we
current
should
state,
go ahead. Yeah. Or I wonder if we should go ahead and merge the PR and get it as stable as we can, but then we'll wait for the last testing to be verified before we change our declaration to stable.
yes.
Sound good?
Okay. Should this one be in review then, since there's PRs open for it?
Oh
Or
yeah.
that's okay. I'll go ahead and
Should be.
slide that over. Okay. All right. Anything else on 1.4, or we'll accept the code freeze today? And was there an affirmative decision on merging this and then stabilizing and further testing after the merge?
Well, I guess let's go ahead and branch today, and independently we can decide on that one, I think.
Fair.
And not block
Cool.
getting our beta.0 release.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so then we'll proceed forward with 1.4. We'll branch today and shoot towards the release date of 1 week from tomorrow on August 5th, and which gives us plenty of room before KubeCon EU, in which we have slides that are saying 1.4 has been released by then. So that's on track and appreciated.
Yep.
We already mentioned the Ceph CSI 3.0 update. Is there more to talk about for that, Travis, or was it good enough with the original mention?
I think that's good. I mean, one note about this, it's not technically a Rook feature, but the 1.4 release will refer to 3.0 as the recommended way to deploy with CSI. So, but enough people have asked about multi-arch and 3.0 that it was worth mentioning here, I thought.
Cool. Sounds good. And was there a documentation added as well for when you mentioned, not being able to use alpha snapshots with 3.0 version?
Yeah, the upgrade guide has that.
Excellent.
As part of updating the upgrade guide for 1.4, we'll review that and make sure it's clear.
Great. All right. Okay. So we can move ahead to the community topics section. I keep saying session today. I'm not sure why I keep doing that section. And so quick update on graduation. The vote has been open. There are 2 binding votes from technical oversight committee members. So the voting is not completed. It is outstanding, and there is no explicit time period that a vote needs to be finished by. So it will, I suppose, remain open until enough binding votes from TOC members are in. We had some outstanding comments on the due diligence doc last week, or last community meeting. And Travis, I know you responded to some of the ones from Justin Cormack about the security audit findings. And I responded to the ones about from Kieran Mova about like our competitive landscape analysis there, and I incorporated his suggestions into the documents as well. So I think we're up to date on all comments on the due diligence doc. Were there any more follow-ups here, Travis, that need to be done?
So there's, in the next section of the agenda here, I put some notes on the security review follow-up.
Yeah, let's hop right into that then. Perfect.
Right. So first of all, yeah, Subham has been doing some great work. He's on the call here with fixing these security reviews, and we've been doing quite a bit of that in the last week or two. So GoSec is almost ready to be enabled. There's just one last PR that's about ready for merge. And then we'll be down to 0 GoSec issues, and some of them issues suppressed where we know that we don't need to fix them or there's no real security concern. And then, yep, this CI is the one that will enable it. This PR is the one that will enable it in the CI with the build rule. And that rule is working already. And it was showing a bunch of errors since all the fixes hadn't merged yet. Yep, so right there you see go click on the details, and
cool. That's awesome.
It was showing 50 or 100. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen this output yet. I'm probably not going to scroll through all of it, but that's pretty. That is awesome to be able to have that incorporated directly into PRs, and have enough of the flagged issues fixed so that we can start from a clean slate and be able to run this on CI. And if there's any positives that come up, then there's things that should be addressed. So that's a really good position to get to.
Yep. So thanks again, Subham. And
yeah, excellent work on that, Subham. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really great. And I think we can actually expand some of that, trying to maybe lower what the CI does, because sometimes it takes time to kick it off. So we might be offloading some of the work we do in our Jenkins via GitHub workflows. That's also an option, I think.
Right, or for example, in our CI, we can, if it's a PR, there's no need to build ARM. That would save a bunch of time for the build step. So yeah, looking forward to that PR that you started.
Oh yeah, this one too, yeah.
But I guess back to this security review. So of the there's 3 issues remaining that were opened from that December security review. And so one of them will be fixed like today and merged today. Then we'll be at 0 GoSec issues. And the other 2 issues, oh, you got the query here. So
yeah, it's the ones that were all open on December 20th, right?
Right. So I thought that we'd resolved, okay. I need to check 45, 79, and 80. I thought we're going to be done, or maybe there's one more PR, but I'm still testing for 4580 and 4579. Subham, did you fix the make dir all? I don't remember that one being in your PRs. And I thought that was causing the GoSec issues.
No,
nope.
I was working on the errors code only, so didn't get this error.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, we're almost there, but GoSec was checking them. And after we're all done, which should be this week with GoSec work, we should be down to 2 issues left. One of which is really a Ceph logging issue where it logs the dashboard password. And there's still comments going on upstream for how to fix that.
That's this one, right? 4569.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the second one is for EdgeFS, and really we need to convert to the controller runtime for that. But yeah, EdgeFS guys are not working on that yet.
Did you get a sense on what exactly would be in terms of the impact on graduation and Justin's binding vote, perhaps? Like what might be blocking, or if he's going to wait on voting until these are done, or did you get a sense of that?
I didn't. I memean, he just commented that, oh, there's still all these issues, and that was about it. So I'm hoping that, well, after we get GoSec enabled, or maybe I'll comment again today after we get pretty much down to 0 errors. I'll update there and ask that question.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
on this thread. Yeah.
Just so we can keep him up to date and make sure that he's satisfied for his vote.
Yeah, I mean that would be very good because this is a line of communication we have open with a binding voting TOC member. So when we make progress on it, responding to that and with the progress that we've made, and also I mean if there's a tactful or appropriate way to ask if there's more that he'd like to see or any outstanding, questions or doubts that he has on this due diligence document, if we could still address them. And, since we have this communication open with them, or an opportunity to see into the mind of a TOC member,
Exactly.
that would be great to do that when we make progress on that. So thank you for doing this, Travis.
Yep. Gotta get there.
Okay. So that's the security section then. Any more to add on that topic?
I think that's it.
Okay. Alrighty, and then Virtual KubeCon, August 17th through 20th. Yep, so this week we have Friday of this week, the 31st, is the due date for recorded and uploaded presentations for the intro and the deep dive. Alexander and I have pretty much finished the slide deck. Alex had some great ideas for updating the slide deck flow for the intro session, making it a little bit more visual and less text heavy. So we've got that deck pretty much done. We met today and recorded the intro and outro sections together. And so we're going to independently now record each one of, I got first half of the deck and he's got second half basically. And so we'll record those and I'll send that over to Alex for publishing, or sorry, for final cut and processing and editing and doing video magic that Alex does. Have that in and published and done before Friday. How's the deep dive going?
Yep. So Seb and I have slides pretty much there, and I don't think I sent you guys a link if you're interested. So I will share them with you if you want. And then, yeah, we're planning on trying to record it tomorrow and just get that done. Remind me what recording software you guys were using?
OBS, the Open Broadcast Studio.
Open Broadcast, okay. So we should figure out how that works. So we can
Jared, do you still have, I think I sent you the screenshots of our settings we used. I think they were, well, good enough. Where's the video? No, where's the video? Yeah, that was good enough for the presentation. It was, as the webcam is going to be scaled down pretty much. So I can look into sending you the pictures of the settings we used.
Yeah, that sounds good. So does it show like a video of you in the corner while you're talking about the slides, which take the whole screen? Or what does it look like?
You need to set it up as you need it. We have decided to not have a webcam after the intro and outro, for the intro and outro, as it's just, well, too hard to really find a spot for the webcams without blocking like, well, some text. So we just have it for the intro slide, for the first slide even, then I'll fade it out in Sony Vegas. And yeah, and for the outro, I think I'll get it up again, the webcams there.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to get it set up, Travis. Alex expedited some of my fumblings with like the specific settings and a few key processes, I guess, to use, like workflows to use with it. So he's definitely pretty good at that. And we could talk about any questions or difficulties we have on Slack and get each other set up and effective with the tools. but it definitely is the software I would recommend as well.
Cool.
Are
Okay.
you still on a Mac, Travis?
Yep.
Cool. Yep. It worked well on my Mac.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And then you both installed it, and you're recording separately.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, like the final product when you're done recording with it is like a MKV or MP4, output video, like completely finished, viewable, watchable video file, and then you could stitch the two of them together as needed.
Okay.
All right, and then so Project Pavilion. Something I noticed with that is that especially with the other CNCF project that I'm a part of too, is that they didn't ask what time you want to staff the booth. They've done that traditionally in the past of signing up for hours or kind of giving like a part-time, half-time, full-time sort of decision on staffing the booth. But then this week they sent us the booth's open here. This is the recommended hours. You should have it staffed, and it's the entire day for 4 days, which is a little surprising.
Right. Yeah, I asked about that actually.
Oh, did you? What'd they say?
So I got an email saying, "Oh, you are the primary contact for Rook, right?" I said, "Okay, fine." And I said, "Well, do we need to staff for the whole time?" And they said, "Yep." Basically, they'd like us staffed the whole time. So I don't know how much.
Yeah, that was really poorly communicated. That was
whatever.
terribly communicated then.
Right. That's a lot of hours, like 7 hours a day or more.
Well, it's not. It's European time zone as well. It starts at like 3 a.m. Pacific time. So that's
right. That's right. It's like 9 hours a day for 4 days.
Yeah, I don't really see that as quite feasible, honestly. So I don't know what the consequences are, but I don't think we're going to get 100% coverage. I don't think it's going to happen.
Right. Well, they did say that we can get 5 additional passes for the conference for those who are helping in the booth.
Does anybody need passes? Like it's with the virtual thing, it's registration is kind of, what is it like? There's a free option, isn't there, for attendance?
Is there? I don't know.
Yeah, and then I think the big one is like $75 or something like that. It's not multiple hundreds of dollars like it typically is.
Right.
Free passes aren't very good incentive this time.
It's not worth that much. But anyway, yeah, if anybody needs the $75 pass, it sounds like you get 5 of them if you don't already have one.
So yeah, so we should try to get coverage for that and communicate on that. And they also have to, another weird thing is that they have they have a requirement that you have to be a project maintainer. We do have a handful of maintainers, but it's not like we can draw from the entire community to staff it, which is even more constraining. Projects that only have 2 or 3 maintainers, period. I don't know how they expect them to staff a booth for 9 hours a day in European time zone with just 2 or 3 people. That I don't think this was well thought through, but I think I'm done complaining now.
Let's take you out of the equation even, Jared, and it would be 1 person, so for Rook as well. So, oh no, wait. I think I'm forgetting Sebastian.
And Blaine, and I was also going to ask if Madhu and.
Damn! I need. Pardon me about that.
Yeah, but not too many people on European time zone, at least, because by the time Q1 happens, I'll be back in Pacific time zone as well.
Oh, that's right. You'll be adjusting.
Yeah, I'm not super excited about this virtual booth either.
There we go. It's not just me who's complaining. Thank you.
No, definitely, it's definitely not you. Not only you, I guess. I think this is asking a bit too much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's.
I wonder if there's a way we can set up an auto response, like for questions, please come to the Rook Slack.
Yeah,
exactly. Travis, have you been able to log into the platform thing yet?
I haven't tried.
Oh, I tried yesterday and today for the crossplane submission we have there, and the login still isn't working. It says it might take up to 2 business days. So definitely some rough patches in this first virtual event that they've done.
Right. Okay.
Because once we can log into the platform, then we might have a better idea of the capabilities it has or mitigation for, not being able to staff it the full time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a look as soon as we can log in.
Have you heard if the platform supports virtual reality or something?
Right.
No, that wasn't in the email, at least, Alexander.
Well.
Okay, and then project updates as well, Travis.
Yeah, there's an email yesterday from someone saying, hey, they're planning the keynote updates on project status, and they wanted just a brief update from the project. So I didn't get a chance to draft this yet, but if others have ideas on what we want to include on the project update that they'll announce with KubeCon, I'm happy to put together a draft.
And Travis, one thing I would recommend is the graduation proposal has like a bunch of this information and major milestones, et cetera, that we've done. Because I think it said since December or whatever. So we definitely have some content that was put into their graduation proposal and kept up to date at least until April or May or so. So there should be some good content that you can pluck right out of there. It might be pretty easy.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check that out. And then I'll send that later today.
All righty. And then for Google Summer of Code, I think Ahmad he's not feeling well today, so he wasn't able to make it to the meeting today. And I hope that he gets better and feels better soon. But he is still ahead of schedule, which has been great this summer. He's consistently stayed ahead of the previously planned work milestones and pace. That's been awesome. The second evaluation of the summer is this week. It opened up this morning and it'll be done before end of week. So the first evaluation went great, and I don't expect any major hiccups or anything in the second evaluation. Ahmad's doing a great job. And he has a couple of NFS provisioner related PRs. Those are the ones he has open right now. I didn't know about these URLs until just recently. You can do a /pull/ a username. So it's part of the RESTful route. And it essentially turns it into a query for open PRs for that particular username. But these are the two PRs he has open right now. One of them is a design doc update, which I've got we have a couple of comments on to kind of clarify some of the decisions there, and then the implementation as well for that design doc update. So we're working on those and iterating through those, but people are more than welcome to add comments as well. But we've got at least 3 pairs of eyes on this already with the mentors for Ahmad this summer. Okay. Any other community topics or PRs or issues to discuss? Probably talked through them all already.
I guess that's about it, huh?
Yep. And we already discussed the action item here to have your KubeCon presentation recorded before the end of the week. Anybody has any problems with the software or getting the recording done, let's just talk about it in a group on Slack, since Alexander's an expert at it, and he's helped me work through some of the things already that we're both probably in a good position to help anybody else. So just ping us on Slack and we can talk about that.
Sounds good.
Right.
I've also gone ahead and posted the settings we used in the channel right now. So, yeah.
Oh, cool. I see it.
Would be great.
Thanks a lot.
Excellent. Okay.
Thanks.
Then we'll go ahead and adjourn for the week. Then thanks everybody for joining.
Have a good day.
Thanks. Have a good week. Bye.
Thank you.